That's a big smile, big boy. It's you've been gone a week and then you ship a millie. People have to have answers here.
There's I was out of town, then there was a death in the family, so it's like I've had a lot going on.
So you weren't in Thailand?
No.
Or jail?
No. Unfortunately, my aunt died. That's why I was gone last week.
Our condolences.
But yeah, so I'm back now and with $1 million in hand.
How did that go? What was the sweat?
I was just anti-sweating the fucking Packers game. Like the whole thing was just like hoping every scrub would score on Green Bay. What?
And did you watch?
No, fuck no. I was like working on NBA, just like not paying attention whatsoever to the game. Just like trying as hard as I probably put down half a bottle of Buffalo Trace in that 3 hours. And then just like fell asleep before the Falcons game even started.
So our last question. Are Emmanuel Wilson and Cam Akers now your favorite players?
Oh yeah. And Jalen Naylor. And whoever the referee is that called that fucking holding penalty on the Josh Jacobs touchdown, because Guillaume was on my ass there if Jacobs scores.
So I don't think he would have passed you, but it would have been if he gets the bonus. If he got the bonus, he would have passed you.
Yeah.
And that was what, 25 yards? So he would have needed 6 yards the rest of the game.
Yeah. So that was
you were at a 0 PMR going into the game, right? Into the
Vikings game.
So you had to hold.
I was 20 points ahead very late, and then the drive where Pittman ended up catching the touchdown at the end. Right. Flacco hit 300, Pittman hit 100, and then Mr. Goodseats, he got the double touchdown after them both hitting the bonus, and it knocked him ahead of me and took away a 20-point lead pretty quickly. So, that knocked me down from 2 million to 1 million, which was in the moment a little disheartening, but at this point I don't really fucking care.
Well, A, the positive is you still get $1 million.
Yeah, I still hit $1 million. I don't fucking care.
B, the Colts could have totally screwed you there. I think. If Flacco doesn't throw
turnovers.
If Flacco doesn't throw that pick and fumble, they're just racking up PPR.
Yes. So the big things were the Giants forcing the 2 turnovers at the end, and then the Packers game, every scrub on the face of the fucking planet scoring. The build was it wasn't a hand build, but I had 5 teams in the Mega Millie, and I decided I was going to play an Allen, Flacco, Darnold, Love, and then was deciding between Bryce Young and Baker Mayfield for the last team. Chose Baker Mayfield, fortunately. I was focused more on FanDuel because the FanDuel final was yesterday, and that lineup just sucked ass. So, because I think I played Allen and Brock Bowers on FanDuel for that. But so it gave me, when I built my 5 teams with those quarterbacks, it gave me all Bucky Irving, and I didn't want all Bucky Irving. And so I chose the Mayfield lineup to pull him, and I had downs in 80% of them, I think 4 out of 5. So I pulled Downs and Bucky Irving, and I swapped in Jonathan Taylor and Chig Okonkwo, and that's the reason that I won, is on that swap.
Double tight ends.
Yeah.
So, final question about the build. You had no Mike Evans.
None.
Normally, if Baker has a massive game, Evans is going to pop, and he had 2 touchdowns and still wasn't on the win.
100 yards. He got 95 yards.
Yeah, he put up a big score. He didn't get the bonus, but
they had to
the
kill
rest
him.
of your receiver. Well, the thing is, neighbors beat him straight up, so that automatically made you different, because basically everyone that played Baker, I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'd guarantee 90 to 95% of them had Evans as a stat.
Mm-hmm.
And you had the 2 cheap guys, McMillions and Payne Durham.
McMillions, baby.
McMillions, yeah.
McMillions.
As Cam texted me before the slate started, the way to win this is to play McMillions in every lineup. And I was like, I have McMillions in 1. guess.
I'm in that text. We're like, who the fuck is McMillions?
McMillions.
And it's Jalen McMillian.
Yeah. When he caught the second one, and Neighbors caught the long one, it was almost at the same time. That was the real turning point. I've been at this a really long time. I remember, not to get too depressing on you, but I remember when I first started, sports betting out in Vegas, I didn't have a ton of money, but I remember my brother was so, like, he would tell everybody that I was a sports bettor. It was like the most proud thing that he could possibly fucking think of. And, he would talk to everybody, like, much more than I would talk to people about what I did for a living. And, for it to happen that way with Tampa and him being a massive Tampa fan, my dog, my dog has a Bucks jersey on all the time. It's just
Wally's wearing that in every picture.
It was a little poetic, I think, that it was Tampa and Carolina that I won on. So
what was it like? Because you told us, break it.
We're breaking out the bottle for you. I don't even like Prosecco. We just had it in our fridge forever.
What were you saying, Wiley?
So I know we texted in the afternoon and you said, just don't text me because I just don't want to look at it.
Yeah.
At what point did you look at it?
I think when the Jacobs touchdown got called back is when I looked at it. Because yeah. I think Bryce might have texted me like, fuck Jacobs or something. And I didn't flip the game on, but I looked at ESPN and saw that it had gotten called back.
Right.
So that was critical, but everything worked out. Even after the Pittman touchdown, once the Pittman touchdown happened, I figured I might be screwed, but the Green Bay game went about as well as it could have with Aaron Jones getting injured, and it takes a lot of I can't say how many slates I've absolutely nailed and not won money or or any kind of big money. But yesterday, other than that, fortunate swap I had, it was, I didn't get most things right yesterday. Darnold was my top play. It's not like he did poorly, but his receivers didn't do well other than Naylor. So all the Darnold lineups were dead. But and not to mention, out of my set of 150, that was the best lineup, and I had it in the 5, which that's another.
It's not like you maxed the 3-3-3 anyway. You had 5 lineups in there, right?
No, yeah, I only had 5. I can't afford to invest $333,000 into a contest. Well, now I can, but
don't.
So you're maxing everything tonight to lower your tax bill, is what you're saying.
No comment.
I expect to see another.
Have you ever been in a spot where you have 0 PMR going into the afternoon slate in second and assume you'll hold second?
No, but I had a pretty good idea that I was going to hold yesterday. It took I was fading 18 from Aaron Jones and 22 from Dontavion Wicks and 25 from Jacobs. It wasn't like the Green Bay game would have had to nuke for me to lose. It didn't even
one player, but
it didn't even really get close.
Say with Jalen Naylor,
and there were only 2 games. There were only 2 games left, and one was a dead game other than the defenses.
And Ford got hurt. He was the only guy played in that game. He was actually owned too.
Yeah.
Do you feel like yesterday was some of the most unusual and avoidable chalk you've seen?
I don't think you could avoid a lot of it. I was playing Tyjae Spears.
Were you playing Josh Downs at 47%?
I had a ton of Josh Downs. I think in my 150, I probably had close to 50% on Josh Downs. I don't think it was a bad play. They put up 33 points. He just happened to go to Pearson Pittman for most of it.
Well, Pittman and Flacco were optimal. The pivot was just literally just different receivers.
Yeah, I lost to a Pittman Flacco.
Uber chalk out on the team.
And when I was going through for the FanDuel final, the lineup, I was deciding between, I figured Darnold would be too high and Jaden Daniels, which I should have just played Jaden Daniels. But, I was deciding between Allen and Flacco. So it's not like I thought Flacco was a bad play at all. It just happened that the lineup that surged that I had was all Tampa.
Yeah. Congrats. What's it like getting that deposit in?
Yeah, that was funny. I don't really remember much. I was really fucking late. Like I was having to. It was one of a rare situation where you have to drink to calm yourself, so that you don't like overthink it or freak out or that sort of thing. But I've had a lot of people help me throughout. I would be remiss if I did not shout out John. John has been my business partner for Stats. Has been my business partner for 12 years. He's helped me every step of the way. So this is as much as it is mine.
Yeah, you got a lot of good shouts on Twitter, and as I said in my tweet, you grind hard, you help members. People don't see that behind the scenes. You have 50,000 messages in Discord in a year and a half.
I try my best to convey the right thing to people. Whether they listen or not is their own problem.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's all you can do. I mean, personally, I would consider you the best player that had never, tournament player that had not won a millie up to this point.
Yeah, I was definitely the highest ranked player that had never won. So,
well, there you go. Now we swing it at 2025 and golf.
And golf next week. Scotty Scheffler. We found out he does not cook his own, he cooks. His wife doesn't cook, and he doesn't have a chef.
Yeah, and he breaks champagne bottles, and he doesn't drink.
I would not have been surprised if Bryce just broke that one.
I mean, I don't drink champagne. I would have just spread it everywhere if my wife wouldn't have absolutely flipped to shit.
You've got kids you're taking care of too.
I think my nieces just left. If you guys are hearing kids in the background.
Yeah, it is golf season. See that Century this week. Not bad, decent contest for golf.
It's the dumbest fuck tournament name. The Century Tournament of Champions was better. This is stupid. It's
they don't add TOC at the back now.
Did they take out the TOC?
Is it? No, it's just the Century, right?
Oh,
it's like when they changed it to just the American Express, the Northern Trust. That sucks.
Yes, there are certain tournaments that get responsored that be forever known as that tournament.
Yeah, Bob Hope,
Honda Classic.
Yeah,
is it not the Honda Classic?
It's not the Honda Classic anymore. It's not Bob Hope.
It's gone. Bob Hope is dead. I hate to break it.
I got no words.
Jimmy Carter also dead. Rip to Jimmy Carter.
Rip. Jimmy Carter died so you could win $1 million.
Did you see Trump's tweet from 2014 about that?
Yes.
There's literally a tweet for everything.
There's a tweet. There's a Trump tweet for everything. Literally every occurrence that can happen in life.
The connection here is deep. Jimmy Carter, you, Georgia, death, $1 million, snow incoming to Georgia.
Payne Durham is from the same place
exactly
where my parents live, and he went to my rival high school, and he went to Purdue where my wife went for MBA school.
Correct.
There's a lot of stuff going on there.
And where did Baker Mayfield go to school?
Oklahoma.
Exactly.
And Texas.
Onto this.
And Texas Tech.
All right. Which is near?
Sean Smith. Texas Tech. He won the million.
All right. I got a good one. Wiley, do we have $200 to give away today?
Yes, we do. Thank you for reminding us. Okay.
All right. Can we do, 50 of it here?
We can do the whole thing here. I don't give a shit. We can do two people with 100, 4 people with 50, 200 people with $1.
All right. Let's do 50-50, and then Mark gets 100 to give away.
Okay.
All right. Mine is, where did Chigakonkwo go to college?
Okay, we won't block it either. The first two people that say it get $50 in bonus cash on pick 6.
This is not a hard one either.
I'm going to look it up. I'm not even going to block it.
Chigakonkwo. I really have no idea. Is he a Mac guy?
Alec got it right, and Lakota Kid got it right.
Maryland. Alec Akins, Maryland, and Lakota Kid, Maryland.
Those are the first two Marylands. Someone was
Alec
pretty
Aikens
confident
and
in
Dakota
Tennessee
Kidd.
Tech.
No. VIP, is that our VIP?
No,
Who works for us? Because he's not getting us. He's not
blocked.
getting
Yes, that's VIP.
Vip's blocked.
Lefty
Okay.
Shank and
All
Adam.
right, IPT said MD. I'll count
No,
that.
it's Adam and Lefty Shank.
Yeah, it's Alec
Yeah,
Aikens
Adam's
who
already
cannot win
won.
again.
Fuck you, Adam.
Lefty
Adam,
Shank
you've
for
won
sure.
enough.
And Adam, you can't win again.
Alec Aikens and Lefty Shank. There you go.
Are you
Alec
going to
Aikens
take
won
MD
already.
from IPT?
Definitely.
No,
said
sorry.
Shank.
Oh, damn. IPT did say MD first. Well, fuck it. Let's just give it to all of them.
All right,
Okay.
there we go.
IPT, Alec Aikens, Lefty Shank. $50.
DM me, guys, and DraftKings is going to send you $50 bonus bucks to your DraftKings account.
Brady McFootball.
Yes, Brady. Did Brady get his package? Is the question.
We know where you live, Brady.
We do. In fact, I know what your house looks like and what your cars are. IPT wants a flask. Wait for the show tonight. So we got Green Bay, Detroit, and San Francisco.
I like this game. It's a good game.
Detroit matters now, for sure.
Detroit really cares about this game. San Francisco is
cares.
eliminated.
Wait, why does Detroit care about this game?
They can win the
If
division.
they lose, Minnesota's ahead of them.
No. They play Minnesota next week, though. This game is useless to Detroit.
Really?
All that matters is next week.
Well, who won the first game against Minnesota?
Detroit.
If Detroit doesn't win both, would the Eagles jump them for the 1 seed, though?
No. Detroit is either going to be 1 or 5 based on whether they win next week, and it has nothing to do with this game. But Dan Campbell already came out and said, fuck you, I'm playing everybody.
Dan Campbell also is the biggest tryhard on the planet.
Yes. So I don't, they're going to go out there to fucking win. I am not concerned whatsoever about Detroit pulling their guys.
Are you concerned at all about San Francisco?
No, there's 2 fucking weeks left. Like, they're going to play.
I think they look at this like their Super Bowl. Like,
Yeah,
the Lions
like,
could
fuck
win the
them.
Super Bowl. Like, if we beat them, then like, we just got unlucky and we were hurt all year. Like, we should have won.
Yeah, no, these are grown-ass men. This is their job. They're fucking playing.
Especially
You
the
said on
guys
the
that like
23rd.
need to play for contracts. Like, these guys are playing for
and
money.
bonuses and all kinds of shit.
They don't give a shit about what the front office wants. These
No.
guys want to. These are guys. You can't be non-competitive. The only
No.
game I do worry about next week is
You saw the
KC.
Giants yesterday.
Kansas City's
They
benching
themselves-
other guys next week.
They screwed themselves out of the 1 pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but if you're Drew Lock, who gives a shit? You're not even going to be on the team.
Exactly.
That number 1 pick's taking your job.
Let me ask you this: would KC certainly lay down to Denver to get Cincinnati out of the playoffs?
No, but they are playing Carson Wentz and not Mahomes.
Yeah.
Like, the spread is
I
10.
think they sit their guys and try with the guys that are in.
They're going to, the guys that are in, like, Carson Wentz is working his ass off trying to win this game, but it's Carson Wentz is doing that, not Mahomes.
Well, I mean, he gets 1 game of tape a year. Like,
Right.
if he looks good in this game, he gets a much bigger backup QB contract than he
We
would
can think of
otherwise.
situations like who's the fucker on Green Bay who Seattle signed for big money based on 1 useless game at the end of the season? Matt Flynn. Matt Flynn, 1 game
Matt
of
Flynn.
tape.
Made a
and
career
got
off 1
paid-
game.
Got paid, however the fuck much, $50 million.
Happened to
100%.
Garoppolo too. Really?
Yep. Happened to Garoppolo. You even look at guys like Mason Rudolph probably got another job based on how well he played for Pittsburgh.
He 100% did.
Starting. This isn't basketball. Like, basketball, you can kind of lollygag and bullshit your way through the game. If you lollygag in a football game, you're getting hurt.
Yeah.
Like, hurt.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
they're gonna try.
Someone's gonna knock you out.
Whichever guy is on the field is trying.
Correct.
So
All right. So what's the score tonight?
Mark, you go first.
Is this a job saver for Kyle Shanahan too?
no, he's fine. 24-21 San Francisco.
So you like the under?
I like the under, and I like the 49ers.
Okay. I had it 31-24. I kind of like the over towards Detroit.
28-24 Detroit.
20. So you guys both think Detroit covers?
I think so. Dan Campbell's the biggest tryhard in the league.
San Francisco home dog, we would not have thought this a few months ago. I mean, I know they have some injuries, but they still got Purdy. They've still got Debo. They've still got Kittle.
So this game, Mateo
wants to congratulate you on your win.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Mateo. When I stayed at Bryce's apartment for a day, Mateo insisted on sleeping in bed with me, and that was
yeah. He always sleeps with my wife and I, and he went into our guest room to sleep with Mark.
Yeah.
So they win that. They lose this game, Detroit, and they are 13-3. Minnesota's 14-2.
But they've got the tiebreaker, so all they have to do is win.
They win this game, then next week doesn't matter.
No, it does. Because if they lose, then Minnesota still has a better record.
That's right.
So this game is tangibly useless to Detroit. But, it's Monday Night Football. Dan Campbell literally showed up in his press conference and he said, before anybody asks, everybody's playing. Fuck off.
Right. That's right. 23rd. And this was the 23rd before anything happened. He said, I don't care what happens.
He's
if there's anyone I trust playing their guys too, it's like Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
He would be like the one coach in the NFL I trust.
What game did we see this year where they won by 60 against Jacksonville?
They were still throwing to Amon-Ra.
Yeah.
That was the week that Goff got 50, and Amon-Ra caught an 80-yard touchdown up 40 or whatever it was. And I was like, why are they throwing?
Why is he in there? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What's our captain pool look like early? Jahmyr Gibbs.
I've got Jahmyr Gibbs, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy, George Kittle, Isaiah Guerrero, Jawan Jennings, Debo Samuel, and that's it. Maybe Laporta.
So you're including QB Cap, I think is the big thing.
They both spread it. I know Goff doesn't run, but he throws to so many different guys.
Yeah.
And, Purdy runs. So, yeah.
I had 8 guys and cut QBs. And that's a lot for me.
Yeah, it's a lot of captains tonight.
I think Debo was underpriced.
I had included Laporta.
Yeah, Laporta, he's so cheap and there's so many guys. I don't mind Laporta. I don't mind Laporta at captain.
I feel if I'm playing J-Mo at captain, I should be playing Laporta too.
Yeah, J-Mo is the one that I may not include.
Well, so if I'm going to cut one, I would just cut both and just lean in to Gibbs, Amon-Ra more.
Yeah, I don't know. Debo though, 11,000
kind of a decision for me.
Debo's just so cheap.
Debo's too cheap. Monster game last week. Went ahead of Jennings. Jennings' projection seems too high to me, to be honest with you.
Jennings' projection
Jennings has been the guy
a month, but yeah.
Well, his first read target share is absolutely insane. His props are very good. 64 and a half is really good for that price. I would rather include Jennings than Jameson Williams personally.
Mm-hmm.
They're just more I feel like Detroit's easier to condense down to Gibbs and Amon-Ra, and San Francisco, you just kind of got to play them all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You like Jennings over Samuel?
Yes, but it's really tight.
I would play them both. Debo has a much better touchdown prop than Jennings, but Jennings has a much better receiving prop. So, if Jennings finds his way into the end zone, he probably beats Debo. If he doesn't, he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
And then Kittle at 9K, which is
I don't think anyone's going to play Kittle 9K.
A lot of people, I have Kittle.
I definitely have Kittle.
in the chat if there are any incentives or milestones for any player. Not off the top of my head, but I also haven't like studied people's contracts. So it's like if Adam Schefter hasn't put something out about it like he did with Zach Ertz yesterday, I don't know.
I think Kittle. I think if they were 0-16 and Kittle played one play, he would play the hardest he could ever play. I think Kittle's a lot like Dan Campbell. He said it before. He's like, I've only so many snaps on this earth to play. I'm going to play as hard as I can every one.
You only have so many butt cheeks you can tattoo with the boys.
Excuse me?
You only have so many butt cheeks you can tattoo with the boys.
Did he do that?
Yeah, we've talked about this. How him and his boy both have the matching. Him and CJ Beathard have matching ass tattoos.
We never talked about this.
Wait,
oh yes,
what?
We never talked about
we never talked
Not
about
in this
this.
show.
See, okay, George Kittle and CJ Beathard have matching ass tattoos because they lived in the same house in college. And so when they first got to San Francisco, they were on the team together. And somebody in the shower like saw them. I think it was like, Trent Williams or somebody saw them in the shower and was like, why the fuck do you guys have the same tattoo on your ass? That's sus.
What was it of?
It's just like a number. It's like their address from the house that they lived in college. And
do you think Trent Williams not playing hurts the Niners?
I mean,
on a serious note, because I do.
Yeah, of course he's their best fucking player.
Yeah.
Do you think Trent Williams looking at their asses in the shower is a concern to you? And second follow-up question: why do you tattoo your address on your ass?
No. Yeah, listen.
Thank you, Logan.
The shower, the shower, in a locker room is a
people tattoo their zip codes on themselves.
It's a sacred place.
It's a sacred place. I feel like as a white man, when you're in that situation with a lot of black dudes, they're all taking the judge of you a little bit of what you got packing going on.
I was going to go over your high school experience. But
yeah.
We could save that for next year.
Well, you played with some good high school players. For those who don't know, what was it, Jody Meeks?
Yeah, Jody and Al Farouk Aminu.
Kentucky's own
Jody Meeks. But shout out Jody Meeks. But yeah, no, it's George Kittle's probably going in there, trying to get the old half chub to make himself not look like a little bitch when he's getting in the shower.
That is 100% something Kittle would do.
Yeah, along with having an ass tattooed matching CJ Beathard. yes, and Ghani Lawal, McDonald's All-American. But yeah,
let me ask you this. According to John's stats' positional matchups this week, probably the best advantage place is San Francisco tied in against Detroit. At least last 5 games.
Detroit is gutted on the line. Like, we're talking about injuries. Detroit's line is bad. And
the more I think about it, does San Francisco just want to have some positivity going into next year? And do they make more of a game of it? And could they win?
They're not going to be as we just talked about, they trying. That's another reason they might cram it down their fucking throat.
If they sit people, it'll be next week. Like, if there's a game they care about, it's about beating like the best team in the NFC.
Yeah, the 49ers
or the highest ranked team in the NFC.
They are showing up today. And it's at home.
Do you think they can stop Detroit? Is my biggest question.
No, but I think that they can control the clock on offense.
Okay.
So
you like Guerendo?
Personally, yes, I like Guerendo a lot.
Guerendo is also a good football player.
Yeah, Guerendo is a dog. He's about to go out there and fucking talk about playing for a contract, money, and thing. Guerendo is playing for all that.
You know who else is a dog? Mike Gesicki. Confirmed.
Mike Gesicki is a dog.
I had so much Gesicki on that slate, and I did absolutely shit with it. I was like 50% Gesicki.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Showdown, we go back to Saturday night when old two moms Trey McBride got me the shipper on the Arizona game.
Explain two moms McBride, because I looked at that tweet and I'm like, I'll have to ask him about this.
This started in the chat with Cam. This started in the chat with Cam.
Yeah, but no. Trey McBride's father transitioned to a woman, so he has 2 mothers. That's
Guerendo also won me $300K. as nice
Brando
Kevin
also
points
won.
out.
Yes, we love
At
all.
1%.
But that's the story behind Two Moms, Trey McBride, is that he has two mothers.
Okay.
2 moms, 2 tutties.
Two moms, two tutties.
Those were his first touchdowns of the year, right?
1 touchdown for each mom. There you go.
You could see a Kittle doing like a 880 in one type night.
Oh yeah.
So
I could see him.
pointer.
I could see him like.
I could see him just nutting
100.
on him.
Yeah,
he could score 3, dude. 3.
Kittle's
3,
not
3.
playing in the. Kittle's not playing in the playoffs. He's healthy for once. Like when Kittle's healthy, I love playing him. Like when he's obviously hurt, I never play him, and it's very easy to tell if he's hurt.
Wiley, how about last week when Zeke put up the 1-1-1?
I know you text me
The 1-1-1. He put up the 1-1-1, and somebody said it was a lifetime achievement touchdown.
What do you think an exacta would pay on a 1-1-1? It has to be like infinite.
For Ezekiel Elliott, it can't be that much. So he's like the most likely player to go.
It'd be like what, like him or like what, like Hassan Haskins?
Use
Or like
Cordero Patterson, some moose at the goal line. The one there's Sam Bob and
like
Dryer.
The fullbacks.
Yeah, 1-1-1. Yes, Ezekiel
What
Elliott.
was the other one? It was Laporta. Was it 2-6-2?
Laporta 3-6-2. That was an all-timer.
That was a great Laporta game.
The seppuku play was Laporta won't score 2 touchdowns.
That's right.
And he went 3-6-2.
And if you don't believe that either they're listening or there's a butterfly effect from this content, the fact that Joe fucking Burrow, 89 miles north of Lexington, Kentucky, home of Run Pure Sports, gets his offensive lineman katanas as their gift.
Low key, that's like Mark. You don't like Joe Burrow at all. You have to admit that's like the 6th gift of all time.
Yeah. Wait, what did he get him?
Samurai swords.
Oh yes, the katanas. Yes,
katanas.
It was sick. And
they wanted handguns.
And he was like, but Burrow's woke, so he was like, "Here's a sword." Yes.
Is that why his house is getting broken into when he's playing games?
Oh, man.
What did Rodgers get his offensive line? Like a deck of cards or something? Like something really pathetic.
Really?
Yeah. Someone.
Well, I mean, was it indicative of the shitty job they've done?
I mean, they've got $200 million in cash and to get some socks.
Yeah, I love how Brock Purdy has to get McCaffrey to buy the gifts because he can't afford it.
Yeah, he got him 5 Toyotas.
Right, but I'm saying McCaffrey bought them.
No, he didn't.
Yes.
No, I thought it was the Toyota sponsorship they have. Because don't they have like a massive Toyota sponsorship?
This year, I know last year that he had to have McCaffrey pay for it. I'm dead ass.
Offensive lineman gifts are like groomsmen gifts. Just like way fancier and like way more judged. Like if you get your groomsmen, I don't know. Like
the katanas
the katanas are like probably the best.
I need to get Wiley a katana to celebrate the win yesterday. You can show us
sometimes I want it.
Have you ever swung a sword, Wiley?
No. In fact, I said we should go to Vegas, and you said you're going Friday, and I said let's go there and swing swords.
I am. I will be in Vegas. Yeah, next week sometime. Yeah. So I need. I will be doing the
show.
Fuck shooting AK-47s. I want to chop some shit up.
I'm going to be doing the show from London. Across the pond.
Here we go. This is 100% right. You've definitely You've Marty McSorley'd somebody before.
Correct. This is the office weapon. You swing this at someone's head, well, it'll probably break. But
no. Marty McSorley's stick did not break when he knocked that guy out.
Wait, it's Kentucky and you don't have a gun?
Oh yeah, I do.
At your office. I feel every office.
I thought he was about to just pull a gun out of his back pocket.
Yes,
I thought that's what he was.
It's a composite stick. Yeah,
I thought he was about to be like, "What?"
Should have. No, someone did that on a podcast. Someone in the industry did that on a podcast. Oh, now I know the person who did
what?
it.
Oh, just pull the Glock out.
Pull the gun out?
Yes. And you know the person.
Yes, I know.
I could probably guess it.
Right there.
Oh, who signed it?
For another $50, people can guess.
Oh, there's the other $100. Guess who fucking signed that hockey stick?
What, number 27?
No,
I think.
That's actually, yeah, it is. He had a different number during his career. That looks to be 27. Fep got
It
it.
looks
And I
like
have no idea
27
who
to
that is.
JR. Ronick.
He got it.
Got it.
Wow.
Michael Fep
That
was
was-
seen.
Fep's won before,
That
too.
was surprisingly fast.
That was surprisingly fast.
I
He
think
might
I
have
said
an
it
item
before
in
the
his
show.
house signed by Jeremy Roenick.
No one else even came close. No, Slingster got it, but not in time. Sorry,
I
Slingster.
told you you're going to keep winning shit. All right. A little back on track. Who's the worst, highest priced, or most owned play? Worst value.
Jameson Williams.
I think that's the gap. I think people aren't going to play him.
Yeah, I'm not getting much.
I think people play him, and
People
I
are
would
playing
rather play.
based on-
I would rather play like Jawan, Garendo, and Debo personally.
Why is Patrick Taylor 6,400?
Yeah, Patrick Taylor, I just act like he's not there.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah. I mean, Patrick Taylor is going to be what, 0.5%.
I mean,
yes, exactly.
it would
right.
take Garendo breaking his leg.
That's right.
We have him at 0.04%. So yeah,
Yeah,
If
that sounds right.
If
it's like It's like
playing a
at
backup
that point, I'd rather
quarterback.
play a backup. Exactly,
I'd rather play a backup running back than a backup quarterback.
100%. I mean, more shit happens to running backs.
Could you take a hard stand on Kittle and Samuel getting most of the targets and fading high-owned, high-priced Jennings?
I'm
Or
not
you
fading
taking that?
that. I'm not doing that.
Will you be
I'm
below
probably
the
going to
field?
play. I'm probably going to play them pretty evenly. Slight lean towards Jennings for me.
Because Jennings out-owned Samuel right now.
Yes, and
I think that's correct.
I have more Jennings right now.
What's the prop on Samuel, Bryce?
47.5 receiving. It's very bad.
The only
Jennings is like
advantage that
65 and a
Samuel
half.
has over Jennings is the odds that he runs in a touchdown.
Yeah. Like, I mean, we've been saying it all season. Debo does not have that explosiveness that he had, where it's just like, oh,
He
Debo
might be
House.
cooked.
Well,
He
like,
might be cooked.
if you told me last year Debo House an 80-yard touchdown, I'd be like, of course he did. This year, I'd be like extremely surprised.
Yeah. I mean, the market's going to know on these props. As Benson said at Circa, if you think the general public moves our lines, you're insane. It's the 10 or 20 smart people who bet first. So I mean, even though Samuel's been kind of crying about getting targets, that would indicate to me that Jennings is live.
All right. We obviously like these expensive guys. Let's give the people some cheap guys.
We all
ain't
know
getting a lot
about
cheap.
Ricky Pearsall. He's about to get single bullet. One catch.
That was honestly the funniest thing when
When he actually got one catch.
It was what, 1 for 15 in like
yes,
when they were
Yes.
playing catch up in the fourth quarter, and he
Yes.
actually got on the field.
yes, and yes.
In all seriousness, I mean, Laporta's the best cheap play. Can you consider 5.8 cheap?
What are kickers?
I mean, Tim Patrick is about as good as Laporta in terms of play. Jokes aside, I like Pearsall. I think he'll be out there. He obviously it's a rookie and he didn't get the time that he needed at the beginning of the season.
This is a game to get him snaps.
Right. So I understand Pearsall getting a lot of work or more work today because I think Pearsall's a good player. He just hasn't had much of a chance yet.
Do you think Craig Reynolds gets any more work over Gibbs?
Not enough to warrant a 3,000 price tag, but I've got Craig Reynolds a solid like 10% right now.
I think you should be playing Craig Reynolds at a minimum.
I think
10%.
you should be.
This is actually a very solid point. Debo's burst could have been taken by pneumonia.
Yep. He was playing.
Yeah, I
with
mean, he
pneumonia,
hasn't been
too.
healthy. He hasn't been healthy.
Him
this
playing
year.
with pneumonia is insane.
The only reason he was playing is because they had such a bad record. Like, if they had a good record, there's no chance he would have been playing until like now.
Dan Campbell loves playing two backs. Craig Reynolds
I
is
do like
probably
Craig
30
Reynolds
yards
today.
and a target if a touchdown. So
I
you're
definitely
looking
do
at
not mind playing Craig Reynolds or Sione Vaki.
Vaki to me is more of like the garbage time player, and Craig Reynolds will like get snaps like outside of garbage time. I mean, obviously the price difference reflects that he's 3K as opposed to what 2K.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Who else am I seeing? We have Jamar Jefferson at 10%. Do you have any?
Jamar Jefferson. No.
He is the fourth string running back who is supposed to be active tonight for Detroit.
Okay.
18% in first run.
Might need to.
Last week he got 3.3 points.
Okay.
So is he RB2 then?
I don't think he's RB2.
I'm not sure. I don't think those came. I think those came more in garbage time than anything else. Reynolds had more work. And
whoops, I had Jamar Jefferson unchecked. Hold on. Oh God, I just ran it again, and I'm getting a fuck ton of this guy.
Yeah, because he's min price and he has he has a playable projection.
Yeah, I did. I had him unchecked. I'm getting like 35% on this Jefferson guy now.
Yeah, because I was getting a ton of. He was the one cheap guy that I was getting a ton of. That I was like completely
because he's the only player
about.
to me that's playable below Brock Wright 1600, and I had nobody down there. So now I'm getting a fuck ton.
Who else could you do? Like Saubert?
Eric Saubert.
You could play Saubert. I don't.
He's
have
the only other playable
threshold.
guy I see.
Mm-hmm. The rest are all shots in the dark.
The rest I would just X out.
Yeah,
like if you've got Reynolds at 3K, potentially getting 3 if he gets a touchdown, maybe even 9. That takes.
I mean,
out
if Craig
like
Reynolds gets a touchdown, he's going to be optimal.
Absolutely. He probably outscore.
But he's expensive. He's not cheap.
No, he's not cheap.
Jamar Jefferson is cheap. And also, it kind of sounds like Justin Jefferson. That might be it.
I first of all thought you said that.
Let me look at their game log.
Sorry, it's Jermar. Not Jamar.
Jermar. When
Let's
did he get his
Let's
touches
see,
last
Mark,
week?
between me and you, what school did he go to? Whatever it gets the closest state.
Jamar
wins.
Jefferson went to Grambling State.
I'm gonna say Oklahoma State.
It sounds southern to me. I'm going to go like Arkansas.
You got to stay in the middle to get close. What'd you say, Mark?
I said Grambling. Goddamn, he went to Oregon State. That's about as far away.
We are so far away. Oregon State's about as far away from the South as you could possibly get.
Yeah, he's from California, and he went to Oregon State.
Oklahoma plays. Pac-12 Offensive Freshman of the Year. Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the game, he got all 3 of his touches on the final drive when they were up 17. So he was not playing at all.
So what if he's showing that dog in practice this week and Dan Campbell wants to play him?
He elevated for practice squad, put down on practice squad, elevated for this game again. We know he's playing for sure.
I think so. Well, I don't know. We know for sure.
I mean, they could still list him inactive, but I would expect him to play.
Preseason God, also bang.
There you go. See, that's how you connect the dots on this show.
Very good, Chris.
Also, crimes or potential crimes ever committed.
Very good, Chris. Very good.
1 F in Jefferson. That's a clue.
Yeah, the murder narratives here are that DeAndre Swift allegedly killed a guy while he was on the Lions, and then Pearsall got shot in preseason. So it goes both ways. I don't really favor one side.
I did say OSU. I wanted to pick the center of the country to be cheap.
Oklahoma State is OSU, and they have the same colors.
Yeah. Bang bong. I did say OSU. Actually, you're right. That's what I meant.
Yeah, well, actually, how I won $1 million is that when I was doing that manual swap from Bucky and Josh Downs over to Jonathan Taylor and Chig, I thought of our great friend Akaika and how I needed at least one Titans player in the lineup.
That's right.
And I was like, you know what? I'm putting in Chig Okonkwo. Also, Boynton.
Akaika and I tried FaceTiming you last night, and you didn't answer.
I was asleep or in bed. Chig Okonkwo. I played him the week of the DraftKings final, and so now every week since Boynton has texted me at 12:30 asking about Chigakonkwo. So that also put Chigakonkwo front of mind.
That's the classic. That's the classic Boynton move. Don't give him.
Are we playing Chig? We're playing Chig now that he won me $1 million.
So Kaika and I tried FaceTiming you at like 1 a.m. because I was still like up drinking, and Kaika's just got back to the West Coast. He was in Hawaii for like months, so he's still on Hawaiian time. So it's like mid-afternoon to him.
Chad Fox, this is you sleep after winning a milli by
you drank an entire bottle of Buffalo Trace
and then drinking just an insane amount and not eating, and then just passing out at like 8 o'clock.
I will say the best feeling in the world is like, I don't know, behind the scenes, a lot of work goes into this stuff. Like, it's not super easy to grind every single slate every day of the year. Like, so when you do get big hits, especially like exponential big hits, there's no better feeling, because like a lot of times you're working and you're actively losing money. Like, there's not many other jobs in the world where, you know, you can put in a ton of time and like a ton of hard work and lose. And this is one of them. So like, when you get big wins like this, it's an unbelievable feeling.
There has been so many days where I have worked 14 hours and lost like $40,000, $50,000 in a day after working for 14 hours straight, and going to bed with that feeling fucking sucks. So
yeah, it's not fun.
Plus two, the added element of all three of us and you guys in the Discord also helping members at the same time.
Right.
And there is a significant amount of pressure for you guys to help people and it be successful, but also for you guys to be successful yourselves. And, you know, people think this is all fun and games. It's a lot of pressure for you. And so,
you know, I've personally had one of my best years ever. And, you know, I think like talking in the Discord helps personally, like, because it requires me to get stuff done earlier. So I have time to like help people like after I've built my teams and I know what I'm doing, and I can give like advice that's, you know, actionable towards like how I view the slate. Because like I wouldn't want to give advice. Like I don't ever tout a bet that I don't bet. Like I won't like tell someone to play someone that I'm not playing.
No, your cores are up there. Who you're playing is up there.
Yeah, and a lot of people were
100%. So like sometimes it's up a little bit later, like than it should be, and you know that's something I want to work on. But yeah, it requires me to get my work done a little bit earlier and like not tinker. I think the not tinkering part like really helps me, because I'm like classic overthinker.
Yeah, I think that in all the years, you know, it's been what 13 years now that I've done this for a living, and it's like one thing that I'm very good at now is not really fucking with shit. I mean, the manual edit yesterday was obviously like a small tinker, but like that was merely, it wasn't like, oh, I don't like this lineup. It was like, I think I have too much Bucky Irving.
Well, it's it's also like an NBA. It's like, oh, like I kind of unrelated, but it's like, oh, you have the stone nuts, you should play the best player. It's like, oh, you have like third nuts, maybe you should like, I don't know, get off like Kuminga and get on to Wiggins.
Yeah,
you know, that's a discussion that like I had the other night.
Or never tinker for Wiggins over Kuminga.
And I did. I put in Wiggins and he got 12 and Kuminga got 60.
Same.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes, but yeah.
Which, you know,
I saw your tweet. I saw your tweet.
Hold on. Full circle. The NBA Millie on Friday was won by Chad Abisk, who is the person that introduced me to DFS when we lived in Las Vegas. So we both won.
This is a funny story.
In a span of 3 days. Yeah, I was on a drinking kickball team with him, and he told me that DFS was easier than betting, and that I should start playing DFS. And now we're like very good friends, you know. And I've told this story before, but he won the $1 million on Friday, and I won yesterday.
And he is, for those of he likes to stay under the radar. He is like the nicest person, like hands down, in DFS that I met.
Yeah, Aaron's salt of the earth. So congratulations to him too. I'll see you at some point very soon, and we'll enjoy a drink for these. You need
to get a hockey final ticket.
Yeah, he lives in Delaware. He could just go to that.
That's the ultimate one, Bryce. You're a puck guy now.
Yeah, the hockey final is going to be electric.
Well, so my wife's dad played hockey in college, and he's still like part-time coaches like high school hockey on the high school team he played at. So he's like a huge pucks guy. So I think I'm going to take him to his first DraftKings event ever with the hockey thing.
Don't worry, Mark and I don't want to go. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll just win another one.
I'll just have to win my own.
I have so many hockey tickets for next year. It is absurd. Because
Austin Carp asked me. Hold on. Bryce will attest to this. I was so locked in yesterday that I literally forgot.
Let me look at this message.
I forgot to take all my
Mark, can I read this message?
The game started. So I was like, why the fuck do I feel sick and have a headache? Oh, right. I haven't eaten or taken any of my medicine.
This morning? You felt
that?
No,
yesterday before the games, because I was so locked into like what I was doing.
Here. At 12:55, 5 minutes before lock, you say, I've got a McMillions team, the no Evans R word stack. I was so locked in, I forgot to take all my medications. I literally went from the bed to the shitter to the computer. I was like, why do I feel sick?
I've got a McMillions team, no Evans stack. Yes. McMillions.
Well, because I was like,
I got to get a McMillions jersey.
Well, I was like, who do you like? And he was like, that. That was his response to my question.
Cam was 100% like, you need to put McMillan in every single lineup. That was like what he said. Yesterday.
He was right.
And he was right. And he almost caught me also. He had the Hawkinson team with
he did great.
So he sends us this video of him having his kids do the gritty. on the jet bridge. They were all doing the gritty because he was rooting for the Vikings. And he had the best Hawkinson team. I think it was he needed, I think,
and Hawkinson fell asleep at halftime.
He was having a great first half, especially in garbage time or like the 2-minute drill when they were just dumping down to him and like endlessly before the half. I think he needed 42.
I think he had Aaron Jones too, who got hurt.
Yeah, he had both. He needed 42 combined from Hawk and Jones.
Yeah.
Captains are kind of spread today. We've talked about captains.
Yeah, but we haven't ridden the snake.
We haven't ridden it. You want to ride it?
Yep.
No.
Carpet, ride it.
Then you shouldn't be afraid to ride the snake. Ride the snake.
Rose. Oh, there he is. You're riding that Prosecco.
Baby. I hate Prosecco.
Prosecco does not taste bad like that, bro.
It's not like chuggable like that.
Yeah, but it's also not like bitter. Like what? Is that a DraftKings glass?
Yeah, it's a DraftKings glass.
I've got my Run Pure Sports. You could get this on the website for $60 or something. I don't know. Something like that.
Someone stole mine here. All right. Rules are simple. No dupes in captain drafting, snake drafting, no mocking, no coupons, no discounts, no take backs.
Hold on real quick.
No drinking during the
I like San Francisco and they like Detroit.
Yeah.
I'm kind of coming around to the Niners though.
But I am coming around to it too. I was convinced they had to win.
They don't have to win.
Can I adjust my score to 28-27? I do like the over. I don't. Mark likes the under and Niners. It's so hard. I don't play
some points here recently.
Well, because they have no defense.
So injured.
Their entire defense is out.
They're like, dude, the Lions are like playing dudes off the street on the D line.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for him, but I do think that Trent Williams out really hurts the Niners more than people are letting on, though. Yeah. Trent Williams is one of the absolute best players in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Bryce?
All
right. I'm on Raw.
Gibbs.
And Jennings.
I'm going to go Kittle.
Go Garendo and Purdy.
ASB.
Yeah, I'm going with Garendo.
You want to do 5 or 3?
I think today's a 5-er.
Hit it.
Okay. St. Brown.
Samuel.
I get 2, right?
That's correct.
Gibbs and Kittle.
You got to go quarterback. Purdy.
Samuel will be the last one.
No dupes. Pretty
No
evenly
dupes.
spread. Adjusted score to 28-24 San Francisco based on this conversation. Mark's gravity forced me in.
You ready for the pick 6?
Let's do it.
Why can't I highlight a message? Mark, highlight Lord's message.
You what?
Highlight Lord's message. No. Screw Chelsea.
What's your
bet Newcastle?
Newcastle.
Newcastle's the bet. Newcastle's the bet.
All right. Pick 6. Sponsored by DraftKings.
I smoked Sunday. It's not good.
DKNG.co/RPS for
Correct.
some kind of fucking deal. Wiley, tell him.
$5 in, $50 out. You put $5 in DKNG.co/RPS, code RPS, $5 in, $50 out. And the people, multiple people that we put in for the college giveaway.
Mhm.
Which was who again? Okonkwo. No.
Chig. Yeah, it was Chig.
It was Chig. Okay. JBC's got a hockey pick. He'll bury it somewhere in here. See if he can figure it out. All right.
I think our pick 6 last week was the worst of the year.
Yep.
Because that game was 6-3.
Yep.
All right, let's redeem ourselves this week. Who's going first?
There's not a lot of picks, but go ahead.
First, I'm going
I
with
got a good one.
Aaron Ekblad over 0.5 points.
Over what? 0.5 goal assists?
Points.
That's not bad. Who are they playing?
The Rangers. At home.
At home's good.
I will go Deebo Samuel over 47.5 receiving yards.
I'm going Garendo over 13.5 receiving.
Saw it. Give Mark some scraps here.
Okay. Wait, you took Garendo receiving? Well, that throws
Garendo and Samuel are off the board.
I think rushing's viable too, but my official
you
pick
can't
is
take two of
receiving.
the same player.
I know, obviously. I'm saying both are viable.
Yeah.
But that's my official pick.
Moody over 6.5 kicking points.
I just saw that. That's a good one.
Is that because Devin Scott said, "Do you ever touch on kickers tonight?"
No, that seems low for Moody.
It's absurdly low. It should be like what, 7.5 juiced over.
Mm-hmm. So
I kind of want to do a tackles prop under
on tackles.
Tackles and assists. Jack Campbell or Jay Campbell. Not touching it yet.
They don't have many defensive players listed.
No.
We normally see a
because
ton.
everybody's
There's only,
fucking
what,
hurt
3?
for Detroit.
Right. There's not a lot. There's
Well,
not a lot of.
They don't
players
have
listed in
any
general.
San Francisco defensive players. I think that's weird. Like, why is there not a Bosa prop?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Would you be opposed to me doing under on Jennings receiving at 65.5?
No.
No, it's a high number.
Okay.
It's a high
I'm going
number.
under.
I was just saying he was propped well on the show. I'm not necessarily that I like the prop.
Right.
Who's up, me or Bryce?
Bryce.
You can go if you have one.
JMO under 52.5.
Got it.
I love that. Amon-Ra over 72.5.
All right. Debo Samuel over 47.5. Garendo over 13.5 receivings. Jake Moody over 6.5 kicking points, DFS points, 65.5 receiving yards, under for Jennings, under 52.5 receiving for Jameson Williams, over 72.5 for ASB. We'll screenshot that. We'll put that in the Discord. I wish they had a Jamar Jefferson prop.
Jamar. He's the combination of Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase.
From OSU.
Mark is going to play him at like 80% just so he can say that he won with him.
Yeah, we never really touched on this. I mean, considering the prices of some guys like Craig Reynolds who could score, defenses look kind of low.
I don't like Bates. I like Moody.
So kickers, for me, pretty much always fluctuate between 15 and 22%, depending on how much I like them.
Some slates are weird.
If you have like a ton of elite values at 4K or like 5K, like kickers get talked, obviously.
That Chiefs game last week, I had Butker like 40%, and of course he missed a fucking extra point. But
you've got some options below the kicker prices and kickers have been so expensive this year.
Well, you need guys to kick long field goals.
Yeah.
Yep. And teams have been going for it more. You know who can't kick a fucking long field goal? Riley Patterson.
And
what the fuck?
And had one last night, and there was a penalty, I think, and wiped it out. The Bengals can't kick field goals either in general as a team.
That was hilarious as fuck at the end of that game.
Yeah.
That was so funny.
I'm like, something's going to happen here that's not going to work out properly. And I didn't even watch the game. I just watch our Discord, and it's 400 LOLs in a row. And I'm like, there it is. Do you really hate Joe Burrow that much? Or are you keeping up the bit to troll?
No, the issue is I think that he's extremely overrated. I don't
think he's propped up by. You think he's propped up by his players?
I think he's propped up by Chase and Higgins.
I would counter that with his offensive line is absolutely fucking atrocious.
Look at what Sam Darnold does with fucking Jefferson, bro. And
look at what Mahomes does with nobody.
You know, it's just Joe Burrow. If they were to let Chase walk, I think that the team just tanks.
I mean, they're not going to let Chase walk. T.O. walk.
I will say this. I agree with you, Mark. The more I think about what you said, I do believe that Joe Burrow hates making mistakes and thus avoids risk more than like a Josh Allen.
He takes so many sacks, like unnecessary sacks.
Which, instead of just throwing it.
Right. Just throw the fucking ball.
Newcastle
goal, eat shit, Alex Lord.
That's right.
Alex Lord actually suggested that bet because Bruno's out. And they were
Sam
plus
Bobbendreyer, one of the Bobbendreyer brothers. There's Mitch, Sam.
I do not like the over. There
you go.
Wiley and I like it more than Mark. But Mark's the official betting guy, so I will never pick against him.
We'll never. We came to the conclusion that San Francisco wins, and we like the under.
Yes, I was talked into it on the show, and when the Niners lose 40-10, I will blame Mark.
Yeah, that's always been
that
for
is not
for all of you.
My seppuku bet is that the Niners will not lose by 30.
Okay, there you go. We need a seppuku bet.
My seppuku bet is that the Niners don't lose by 30.
Okay, mine is Jamar Jefferson will not score a touchdown.
Jamar Jefferson.
If he does, I'm doing it.
I'll buy you the katana.
Yes. Which one's more difficult? Like the Lions will not lose by 30. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. What's the bigger line? Jamar Jefferson anytime touchdown or Lions by 30?
Lions all 30 is way higher odds. Like Jefferson's probably what? Like plus like 20 to 1?
2,000?
Yeah, 20 to 1.
I should have said 2 touchdowns.
But Lions by 30 is not 20 to 1?
No.
What? Hold on. I better find out.
You said Lions beaten by 30 or beat.
Win. The Lions win by 30.
Oh, win by 30.
I'm saying they win by 30
is a lot different.
Yeah.
Win by 30 is a lot different. I thought you meant they were going to lose by 30.
No.
Like
the
way
Lions
you worded.
Winning by 30 is like that. Yeah.
Chris, I would rather katana myself than smoke a pack of cigarettes.
Hold on, I'm trying to find the prop. Oh, okay, game lines. Here we go. Let me scroll it over.
DraftKings has
There's no way it's
adjusted
Jamar
odds.
Jefferson.
Yeah. Okay. 16. It only goes up to 18.5. And minus 18.5 is only a plus 569. So I think 30 is probably
Gonna be
less than 50 to 1. Less than 50 to 1.
yeah. Probably 2,500, 30,000.
And we know how they love running up the score.
Those are kind of close. I need a 20-1 bet. Someone tell me a 20-1 bet.
Jamar Jefferson, first time touchdown.
Jamar Jefferson scores a touchdown. He's not even listed. My 20-1 bet. Okay,
Because they're scared of it.
We can all give a 20-1 bet. I'll give you a 20-1 bet. My 21 bet is Brock Purdy, first touchdown. There you go.
Well,
that's like feasible.
Yeah, it's 20-1.
All right,
mine's JT Poston wins the Century.
Who?
Probably JT Poston wins the Century.
JT Poston.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but yeah, no. Brock Purdy, first touchdown scorer on DraftKings, 20-1.
I'll give you 55-1. Isak hat trick for Newcastle.
There you go.
What about Latvia and Canada? Latvia beating Canada. What was the line on that?
Oh, Latvia was like 22-1 or something.
Canada lost to Latvia in hockey.
Yes.
How?
Latvia. Gutless. That's how.
Gutless.
On your home ice.
Do they have good players playing?
That's never happened before.
No, Latvia. I remember Latvia did well against America in the last Olympics. I think we went to overtime. But I think that it's a bunch of nobodies, and then their goalie is on the Blue Jackets.
If you have a good goalie,
I think that's right. Right, Elvis.
You get a hot goalie, you can win anything.
That's the under 20 team.
Blue Jackets goalie. Elvis.
It's not Elvis.
Silvox?
Silvox.
No.
Yeah, Elvis Merzlikins is from Latvia.
Yes, but he's not playing in this tournament.
But he's not playing in that thing. I'm just saying in the Olympics,
there are good Latvians. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
we talked about the best Germans
against America.
Correct. Latvia.
It was
then the USA lost to Finland.
The goalie was Feldbergs.
One thing you'll learn about Latvia is all their last names end in S.
Okay, we'll test that.
Good to know. You've watched way too many soccer games.
By Mark Patterson's.